welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I'm introducing to you the 2016 Ford Edge in the most powerful diesel version. This one producing 210 horsepower at 3,750 RPM and a maximum torque of 450 Nm at just 2,000 RPM. This is achieved through a B-turbo engine with 2-liter capacity. You can tow up to 2,000 kilograms at 12% incline, and it weighs just a little bit more than 2,000 kilograms, 2,077 to be exact. So let me show you the exterior, then we do the front seats, back seats, the trunk, and then we hit the road as usual. Enjoy! So, what can I tell you about the Ford Edge from the inside? First of all, to get into the car, you have a little step which is actually quite comfortable to get in and out. Bit difficult maybe for a smaller person, but something like my size, it's actually really good. Then from the seating position, seats are manually adjustable. This one has no electric seats in this version. We have electric windows, we have the lights, automatic lights. Then as usual with Ford, we have the control buttons on the steering wheel, a left for the cruise control, limiter, as well as the distance radar system that we have in front, plus the buttons to go through the menu. On the right side we have the telephone and the music system, as well as some buttons to go through the screen in the middle. Then we have a touchscreen display in the middle with navigation and various functions. 6-speed automatic gearbox with heated seats in this version, as well as a Sony entertainment system. Electronic parking brake, automatic parking. This is a really cool feature. It does park parallel and as well in the mall parkings. Start and stop function, and the camera as well as the parking sensors, which you can turn on and off. Cup holders in the middle, big ones. You can fit big cups, American size, as well as small one. You have a little inlay here, then a little compartment here with 2 USB sockets, as well as the SD card slot. However, there is the SD card for the navigation in. Then you have one compartment which is here just behind, which is a little bit similar to what Volvo I think is doing at the moment. We have a compartment here on top. We have a compartment here below the armrest, which on the right side you open, you have one tray. If you open the left side, you have a second tray, which is very deep and quite a lot of space. However, big bottles do not fit in here. We have space in door bins, however, none of them can fit a big bottle. Then open the glove compartment. Is here. It's a decent size, not too bad. What I like as well is that the button is kind of integrated. It doesn't have a handle or anything like that. Then you have the slot for the glasses. This one is adjustable, as well as this one is flexible, which is good. And you have lights. Let me just check one thing. This is something I really love, that you can extend this. Not many car manufacturers use that. However, it's very helpful when you drive and you have the sun exactly in this little gap. And that is pretty much it. Size-wise, I have to say, as you can see, I'm 184 tall. I have plenty of space. I can still go a bit lower, as you can see, or actually higher. And the steering wheel you can adjust in height as well as in length. So this one is very good. So should be no problem to adjust the steering towards, or the exterior seating position towards your height. So let's hop in the back and we continue there. 2, 1. Okay, so the second row, as you can see, the seat is adjusted to me. I have plenty of leg room. Actually, really, I can kind of chill here, which is good. Then we have this kind of piano style black painting on the handle, electric windows. Then we have a speaker here. We have this little compartment where actually, it's not a compartment, it's actually a slot where you can separate the passenger front passengers from the trunk space if you want to extend this and put down the seats. Then hook, handle. Seats have a little compartment to put magazines inside in the back. We have 2 ventilation slots, a little compartment on the bottom. What I really like, we have a 12 volt, and not just a 12 volt, we have as well a 230 volt full plug for the kids in the back riding and want to charge the iPad or whatever. Very, very good. However, no USBs in the back. So positive, negative at the same time. Seats are very comfortable. What I like as well, the middle seats is actually not bad either, because the tunnel for the gearbox is not very high and it's very easy to get through, which is nice. We have 3 headrests, good for safety. We have an armrest with 2 open cup holders. Okay, not bad either. I always like when there's an armrest. However, we cannot open this part to go through. And the seats you can incline and decline, which is good. You can see I adjusted this one so you can see the difference. And the headrest goes to a decent size as well. I would prefer if it goes a little bit higher. However, that is the maximum that goes in the back. Not bad at all. Let me show you the trunk, how much space we have, and then we finally hit the road. One more thing before we go to the trunk. One thing you have to keep in mind is from the design, the car actually is higher than it looks, because the doors here actually go quite deep and go beyond the pillar here. So just be careful when you open the door that you don't damage the door on the bottom. That's this much. Then we have a wing on the top, small wiper. I really like the design that goes through the entire back side of the car. This is illuminated, which is good. We have 2 exhaust pipes, and then we have an automatic tailgate. Let me just open it. Here we go. Which you can stop as well at any position. So in case you have a low garage door, you can stop it at any point. Then the compartment cover, you take out here, flip it open, and we have a lot of space. Keep in mind, it is a 4x4, so luggage you have to lift up very high. However, it's a flat trunk. Then we have 2 hooks on the right and left. We have a little protection here, which is kind of aluminum or some kind of metal. And below here, we have another compartment with a spare wheel, as well as some space to put small things that they don't fly around. A little compartment left, a little compartment on the right, speakers, or speaker on the right. I think this will be the base. Then we have hooks as well here, and 12-volt socket, plus you can flip the seats on the left, on the right. You just press it once and it will flip to the front. It has the little hooks that will hook into the headrest to just have it covered. That will just open up and release the seats. Very good in my opinion. Let's close it, and now we drive. Okay, welcome back to a new review, and today we have the brand new 2016 Ford Edge. And I have to say, this car is much nicer than the previous Edge. Just from the looks, I have to say. The old Edge looked a bit, well, kind of soft, weird. This one looks more masculine, more aggressive. Okay, so you've seen the car from the outside, you've seen how much space we have, and obviously now we are driving. We are on the highway, and here I have tons of information systems. Now, we have the adaptive cruise control, which has a radar in the front, and it obviously adapts to the traffic. It checks how far we're away and automatically slows down the car and then accelerates it again. And this feature costs 300 francs, but honestly, it's worth every penny of it. So go ahead and tick that box if you're looking for the car. By the way, this car now in Switzerland is available from leasing. The leasing is available at 2.9%. and from 529 francs per month. So very good. Price. Now, this Ford Edge, the basic version, starts at 57,400 francs, with a few details like we've seen here. For example, the adaptive cruise control, the BLIS, which is the blind spot assistant, as well as when you basically get out of traffic, it tells you if there's a car coming. Basically, you can think like a T-junction, you're getting out of your driveway, it checks in the back, left and right, if there's a car coming or not. And the metallic color and a few other gimmicks, we had 61,050. Now, this particular car I'm driving here, right now, this one, if you want to buy this one at Elite Auto Center, and basically thank you very much for providing this car to me as well, they're located right next to Interlaken in Wilderswil. You have a DEMORABATT, which we call basically Treibstoffverbrauch, because the car is a Occasion in this case already. You would get 8,850 francs off, so this one would be 52,200, and the car has only like 500 kilometers on the clock. It just got actually registered on the 11th of July. Okay, so now back to the car. We have a lot of information. Everyone who is who is used to driving Ford or who has driven one of the newer Fords before will understand it. It's very familiar. So we have the navigation screen in the middle, and I hope you should see it from this one. Yes. So we have the navigation in the middle, which is the touch screen, and then we have around the RPM and around the speedometer. By the way, the speedometer you can as well put the miles per hour on top, in the middle, or you can take it off and just have kilometers per hour. So this is a good thing. It's built in, no need to change anything or whatever. Then we have the fuel computer. Let me just tell you what the trip computer, fuel economy. Fuel economy, by the way, as I said, it's a 2-liter diesel with 210 horsepower, 450 newton meters of torque at 3,750 RPM, which is very good. Fuel economy now, I have so far, and I haven't driven any highway at the moment, just B roads and city, 7.8. So I reckon, because we are going to another spot now, I reckon I'm gonna be able to achieve below that. So then back to the computer. Then you have driver assist systems, and here we have a lot. Traction control, BLIS, cross traffic alert, what I told you, adaptive cruise control, driver alerts, which shows in the display, or as well acoustic. For example, we have when you have the adaptive cruise control not on and you drive very close to a car, you have LED lights in the front which illuminate onto the windshield, red lights that basically go more and more and then start flashing, and you hear sound as well. Intelligent all-wheel drive. The car isn't all-wheel drive, however, only when it needs to be. So on a highway now, when I check it, it only accelerates the front wheels. Then lane keeping assistant. So basically we have the lane assistant, which you activate here as well. Now it's active. It shows you with the 2 green lines if you're in between a lane. Let me see if I can demonstrate this to you. So now we're gonna go over the lane. You see that? It pulled to the right. Yeah. So you can feel it here. You can adjust the sensitivity of this. Pre-collision assist. This is what I said when you drive too close to the car in front of. We have a tire pressure monitor, speed limiter because you have a cruise control and a limiter as well. Traffic signs. Traffic signs are something really cool. On the right side, basically shows you, and there's a camera inside here. What is the traffic sign that it's registered, so the speed. You have 2 actually of them. The bottom one shows you the speed, the top one shows you, for example, that you're not allowed to overtake. Obviously on a road like this you know that. An additional one. Trailer control. This one is not equipped with a trailer hook, however you can get one for the Edge, and then has a trailer control as well. And yeah, and tons of setting. You have ambient light. You can change the color of the light. That's, for example, in the door storage compartments, the light that's inside here, the light that is here. Now it's set to blue. And then in all this you control over the left side of the steering wheel. Then you have the cruise control here. On the right side you have the radio, you have the volume and the telephone, as well as the screen in the middle, which can show you either navigation, in a sense of it only shows you, let me just see, navigation, it shows you the direction, the points. The map is still here, however there it shows you how many kilometers until the next turn, and the name of the exit, for example. Or you can have your phone displayed, or you can have your radio station displayed, so we keep it on navigation. And then on the right side, as I said, you have the cruise control. It shows you the signs, the distance to the radar to the front, how much distance you have, and you can set that in 4 different settings, and the fuel gauge. Now the navigation here, it's good, it works. It's from the angle, unfortunately you cannot change the angle of it, so you cannot turn it towards you, or you cannot angle it a little bit within this built-in area here. Sometimes when the light falls in a stupid angle you just can't see it. Otherwise it's very responsive, it works very well. Navigation, it's simple, it's nothing like fancy with 3D or anything like this, but it works. It's actually easy to handle. The only thing is when you actually type the letters, it's not in the setup of a keyboard on a computer, it's A, B, C, D, E, so you don't have the normal way of typing. Don't know if this is easy or not. Then on top you have a storage compartment, a small one, which you can put your phone or whatever. Then you have the radio controls. Usually, or in the, for example, old Ford Focus ST, we had quite a lot of buttons, so Ford is trying to minimize this and has less buttons in this now. Then we have heated seats in the front in 3 settings, a little storage compartment where, for example, the phone can fit, even a big iPhone 6 Plus, 2 USB slots, SD card slot, however that one is occupied by the navigation, by the card for the navigation. Then behind here you have actually kind of a secret compartment which you can reach from both sides, which is nice. Then on this side you have a 12 volt power socket. Electric parking brake. Then very interesting feature and very cool. I'm not sure if I can try to show it to you guys here or not. However, if you want to see that, I have actually done a review on the Ford Fusion in Dubai. So check the video for that one. Automatic parking, and it parks parallel as well as parking slots like reverse in, for example, malls. It works very well. You have to trust it because it's very close. However, it works. I tried it out in the Fusion and I tried it this one as well. However, if you want to see it, I recorded it with the Ford Fusion. Then start-stop system and the parking on and off. And now we're gonna go through a short tunnel, so bear with me, stay with me. Automatic lights as well we have, obviously. And now as well, now it's perfect. It shows the display, the speed, and you're not allowed to overtake. Good. Then we have 2 cup holders, ashtray or separate. And this one you can take out and have basically a very deep cup holder. This is where it comes, where you see its car is American, and they need bigger cup holders. Then here we have 2 compartments. If you have 2 openings, if you press on the right side, it opens a small one where you have your small slots and, for example, for coins. If you open the left one, you have the very deep one. You can see how deep my hand goes inside. For example, now I have tape here inside. And inside there, it's kind of weird, this cluttered kind of plastic compartment, which goes like this. Not quite sure why it's not flat, but you still have space, plenty of space. Electric windows, obviously, and now we're driving 120 kilometers an hour and try to hear how well isolated this is. It's not bad, actually. I don't hear much wind. You would expect from a car that is that big, and by the way, it weighs 2 tons, 2,011 kilograms, and not quite sure how the car would behave with the small petrol engine. I'm happy this one is the 210 horsepower diesel version, 2 liter, and it needs the torque. Otherwise it might be too heavy. One thing that I have to criticize a little bit are the brakes. Because the car is so heavy, when you initially step onto the brakes, you feel like there's not much happening. So you have to actually press it harder to have an effect that you actually feel it, like, for example, if you drive with a small car or with a station wagon or something like this. So you have to get used to that if you're coming from a smaller car. Let me just change lanes. Then space-wise is really comfortable. Yeah, I have the armrest here. Could be a bit higher, so you could have it like here, but obviously at one point you have to make a compromise. Build quality is very good, I have to say. I'm not so a fan of the light ceiling material because, I don't know, over time if you have kids maybe it might get dirty. I prefer a black one. However, a little bit weird thing as well that you have to get used to. Ford is one of the manufacturers that offers it throughout the range of cars they have. You have the front windshield, which is heated, and it has the little lines, the wire that's basically heating the windshield, and it's kind of weird. You kind of see them if you look at the sky, for example. It's something very tiny, but check it out before you order it if you like it or not. I mean, obviously it's good in an environment like this in winter here where it snows a lot. It's good to have. I would just see that it's not something that bothers you. Other than that, it's very well equipped. Radar works very well. Again, it's slowed down already automatically. The lane assist works as well good. I'll try it one more time to see. Oh, you see? It pulled over. However, it's pulling away from the line. It's pulling away from the lane. However, when you go towards the inside again, you have to put it back. So it's not in cruise control where it's autopilot like the Tesla, for example. 0 to 100 in 9.4 seconds, top speed of 211 kilometers an hour, which is quite a lot for a 2,000 kilo car, 2-ton car. Visibility in a car. This pillar the A-pillar is a little bit big, I have to say, so when you're driving around corners, especially in mountain roads, you're kind of constantly doing like this. Towards the back, which is good, you have a little small window, triangle window. However, the A, B, C, D pillar is quite big as well. Luckily, we have the camera, which in Switzerland it's the first one that offers 5-year warranty.
Jetzt an Ausfahrt 16 rechts abbiegen.
Sorry, it's the only Ford in Switzerland currently that offers 5-year warranty without additional cost. Now I had this feeling what I mentioned to you when you're coming from the highway, for example, you push the brake, you feel the weight of the car actually. So you really have to put some pressure on to the brakes. Yeah, so the only Ford at the moment that offers 5-year warranty without additional cost, 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, which is a good thing. Yeah, and now you had the radar system. I love when this happens when I'm recording, so it's always good to show you guys. And one more thing about the adaptive cruise control. This one, different from Mercedes, for example. We had the last video was the C-Class from Mercedes, and that has adaptive cruise control as well. However, that one slows down until stop, and then you can continue driving. This one disengages at below 30 kilometers an hour. So if it goes below that, it will turn off, and then you will continue driving. So you have to keep that in mind. Not that you have to go there. Not that you think it's gonna slow down until the end. Go this way. Okay, so other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, it was the very first diesel review, or it's the very first diesel review I'm doing, and I really enjoy diesel. I don't know why, but I prefer to have the power but the fuel economy of a diesel, you know. Yeah, thank you very much again for Elite Auto Center to provide this car to me, and check out the link in the description. Subscribe, like, and share. And if you have any questions, please post them below. I'll be happy to answer them. See you next time. Bye.